there's one main question for the Yankees this offseason that really is going to determine what they do, what players they get. And that's how much money are they going to be willing to spend? It's the simplest question. You have this much money committed already, and this is how much you're willing to go up to. How much will you spend? Now, it's kind of hard to figure out exactly how much, just because the Yankees are never going to go out and say, we're spending $290 million this offseason. That's how much our payroll is going to be. They're never going to say that directly. But we can look at what their projected payroll is and then look at the luxury tax to figure out what the Yankees might be in the ballpark for. So, there are two websites that projected the Yankees' payroll in full. So, this is the players who are guaranteed money, like Aaron Judge, DJ LeMahieu, and then the players who are arbitration eligible, so they have projected salaries. Sport Track projected the Yankees to be spending a little under $260 million. Baseball Reference projected the Yankees to be spending slightly over $260 million on all of their players that are currently in the organization. So I think $260 million is a good starting point. But that is for if every single player in the organization who is not a free agent was brought back. So that includes arbitration eligible players who, frankly, I don't think are returning. Jake Bauers, Franchi Cordero, but them combined is going to be about $3 million. I think they're not going to be back. Kyle Higashioka is going to get around $2 million. I think he's gone. Lou Trevino, who has been injured the entire season, he's projected to get $4 million. I don't think they're going to bring him back. And then Domingo Germán is projected to get near $7 million. And I don't think he's returning in pinstripes. So right there, with those 5 players, that's $15 million that the Yankees can remove. So that $260 million goes to $245 million. So that is our baseline right now. Salaries that are already going to be paid. You're not really going to get it much lower than this unless you trade players who are being owed a lot of money. And that's hard to do. So the baseline that we're starting at is $245 million. Now we need to talk about the luxury tax, because the luxury tax really is what determines a lot with the Yankees and how much they're going to spend. So in 2024, the first tier of the luxury tax is $237 million. Already, the Yankees are $8 million over. And as I just said, it is hard to trim that down to get below that number. Cut down basically $10 million so you leave yourself some breathing room there. That's essentially trading someone that has value, like Gleyber Torres or maybe Clay Holmes and Nestor Cortez. You're not going to cut down that money easily. You would have to trade good players. I don't think the Yankees can get below there. I don't think they're going to go below the luxury tax. It's just not happening. So now we got to look at the additional tiers of the luxury tax, because that's just the first tier. You go over to the $237 million, you get taxed a certain amount. But there are more taxes as you go further above it. So if you go $20 million above, then you get a 12% surcharge on the original tax. So that would mean if the Yankees spend more than $257 million, they would be taxed heavier. Well, I think the Yankees are going to go over that. I don't see them, I don't think they can say, we're rolling it back. We're just going to run it back with the players we have and not add anyone. I think that they need to add some players because they're going to try to make it to the playoffs. So I think their payroll is going to be more than $257 million. The next tier is over 40 million over the luxury tax. So that would be $277 million right there. That now, if you go over that, the fines are pretty big. You're getting charged a 42.5% church surcharge for the amount spent over that. And that's on top of the additional fee that the Yankees are paying. So any money that is over that $277 million threshold, the Yankees will be paying like 80% on top just because of the taxes. And if you go over that, then your first round draft pick gets moved back 10 spots. So I think there's a very, very high chance that the Yankees try to stay under that $277 million threshold. The way I view it right now, the Yankees are either going to stay under that threshold or blow way over it. Just because they are stuck in such a tough situation here. The Yankees need a lot of improvements. And they can get improvements. They can become a World Series caliber team next year if they spend the money. You go out and get Yamamoto and you trade for Juan Soto, or you sign Cody Bellinger and you bring in Yamamoto. Boom. Right there, the team is eligible to contend again. But alone, that's going to cost about $50 million per season. So you blow way past the $277 million. Because remember, the Yankees already have $245 million under contract. So it's tough to know what the Yankees are going to do here. I think we're going to find out pretty quickly, though, what they decide to do. If they make some small moves and it doesn't seem as if they're willing to spend out for big names, because just one big name is going to push them over that luxury tax. So if they're just doing some small moves here, it's likely that they're going to stay below $277 million. But hopefully, the Yankees go out and spend money smartly. They go and blow over the $277 million. You get Yamamoto, you trade for Soto, you bring in some other guys. It's tough for the Yankees right now, but they're going to need to spend money, and their payroll is already a lot of money. So, as much as I want a definite answer, the Yankees are going to spend exactly this much, no more than this. It's really hard to tell, but it's up to Hal Steinbrenner. He's the owner, he's the boss. If he wants to prove to the fan base that he is committed to winning, should blow past the $277 million and make some smart moves. Bring in some good players with track records who you can trust. So Yankees, it's up to you now. How much are you willing to spend this offseason?